everybody, welcome to Guaranteed Fresh. I'm Cashlyn and this is
Coach Jay.
Thank you for joining us today. We're introducing our brand new podcast, Guaranteed Fresh, where
the topics are never stale.
Never stale. Today we're going to jump off this podcast by starting with a segment that we're going to call What's Good?
What's good?
What's good? We're just going to talk about some of the things that we saw this week leading up to this podcast that we thought was good. Things that were motivating, things that we feel are worth talking about.
Okay.
This week, I'd say this podcast was my What's Good. Preparing for this podcast is something that really took me out of my comfort zone. I hate being in front of the camera. I hate public speaking. But preparing for this podcast is something I could say was good all this week.
Okay. I think my What's Good of this week was I actually did a volunteer with the voters, and I got to see the amendments on paper. And I thought that was something that we needed in the community. I had never seen it before, and I didn't know what Amendment 1, 2, 3, and so on meant and what they stand for. So I think that was something that we really need, and it's good. We need that. On the south side of St. Pete, we definitely need those papers to understand what are we voting for, because that's very important. Let's not go to the polls and just worry about who's the president. Let's figure out the small things. Small things count.
Most definitely. We definitely have to stay informed. So, if you have anything that has been motivating you, anything that you think is worth noting, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Let us know what's good, and we'll include it in our podcast. Next week, maybe the week after, it'll be included.
Definitely.
So, we're going to move on to this week's topic, and we're talking about 2020. 2020 has been... What's the word we're going to use for 2020?
There is no word for 2020.
No word. It's got to be a word.
No. There's no word for 2020. I mean, it's just been pop-lockish. a lot of crazy, a lot of crazy movements going on with 2020.
It's been crazy. I mean, starting off 2020, I definitely didn't think it was going to be anything like this. Even after the announcement of the pandemic and everything happened, I just didn't imagine that we'd be in it for this long.
Yeah. And you kind of skipped ahead of 2020, because when 2019, my whole vision for 2020, I just always kind of come up with a scheme for the year. And 2020 for me is supposed to be the year of vision. And the year of vision was, I wanted y'all to see everything I've been telling y'all I'm going to do. But it kind of, but you still going to see it.
Still going to see it.
You're definitely going to see it. But to start off 2020, losing Kobe, RIP. Right. That's still on me.
Yeah, that's really still hard to believe.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, you don't ever imagine losing somebody that way. But you know what? That's true. We started off this year with a lot of hope. You know, 2020 is supposed to be a big year for a lot of things, but you know, it just kind of fizzled out real quick.
Yeah.
Before it could even start getting going, really. And I think culturally, it's just been kind of tough for us. Mm-hmm. We've experienced a lot of death in the midst of a pandemic. A lot of injustice that we really shouldn't have had to endure, really. Like, it's a pandemic out here. Can we...
have a break?
We can't live?
No.
We can't live out here, really?
No. I think with 2020, though, you should look at it like this the year of eye-opening, right? With Kobe, with the pandemic, with racial injustice, we have to be on our game. Like, there's no more time to be playing around. Like, and I think that should resonate with everybody. Like, we don't have a lot of time. We don't know how much time we have. So, if you ain't learned nothing from 2020, you should have learned that you gotta have a plan.
You definitely do. Yeah. And it's given us the time to actually sit down and reevaluate things that we thought were important. Mm-hmm. Like, even when it comes to like job stability, when it comes to just surviving altogether. Like, it's really just giving us time to sit down and let us realize what's important.
Right.
Like, we went a few weeks without toilet tissue. not at my house, but I'm saying in the store where no toilet tissue on the shelves. You couldn't get no hand sanitizer. Like, this was the closest we got to something like an apocalypse, for real.
Yeah. You right about that. Like, it was...
And we experience hurricane season every year. It's never... No hand sanitizer, no soap,
nothing.
No bleach.
Nothing. Keep going.
Like, you really had to just reevaluate, like, what was important.
Yeah.
Things were shut down. You couldn't go nowhere. You had to be stuck in the house with your family.
But was that bad though?
Oh, it could have been if you didn't like your family. If you didn't like them like that.
Yeah.
It could, like, if you had to be in the house with your annoying cousin. Just imagine. That would have been terrible. But fortunately, I can't relate to that. But parents had to learn how to teach from home.
I'm doing that right now.
How is it?
It's crazy. Internet go out sometimes. I mean, I don't think teachers were all the way prepared for this, so they wasn't all the way ready for what was gonna happen. So they learning and we learning, and I'm trying to teach while they teaching. Like, it's like a crazy circle.
Have you seen anything crazy?
As far as what?
On the what do you call it? The video.
Virtual learning.
Virtual learning.
Yes. Spanish class is horrible. I don't want to hear them songs every day.
You do though. Sing one. I bet you got one.
I don't know what they sing.
You do.
No, and I just hate how they come on with so much energy. Oh my God, that's an hola. I don't know. No. I don't like that.
I mean, it's a good time for you to learn Spanish.
No.
No?
I don't want to learn Spanish. No.
Oh, okay. No. I've been seeing some clips on YouTube and on Instagram of crazy things happening on the virtual learning.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if you were one of the parents.
No, I wasn't one of them parents. My daughters do a great job of, Daddy, the mic's off, the camera's off. So I can, they do great for that. So shout out to Lyric and Ryan for that. But
shout out to y'all.
Yes, because that's a savior right there. Just knowing you don't have the camera on. You don't want to, imagine waking up every day. School start at 8:45, wake up at 8:15, 8:20, and you just roll over and open the laptop. You ain't even ready mentally to take in what they're giving. So I know it's hard on them. I know it's hard.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But some kids are back in school, and it's really not school. It doesn't feel like school. Because everybody walking around with masks on. Everybody like socially distanced, which is good for their safety. But in terms of interaction, it just can't feel normal to them.
So with schools that I go to, one of the things they mentioned to me is that they often forget about social distancing, especially like the first couple weeks of school when you haven't seen your peers in a while and you want to give dabs, wrestle, play fight, and you keep getting the constant reminder, no, social distance, you got to spread out. So I think they're having a tough time with that. And I know it get hot.
It does.
It get hot.
And you gotta smell your morning breath all day.
Oh,
listen, gotta smell your lunch breath all day. That's tragic.
Yeah.
No. I couldn't imagine.
Definitely. Me neither.
But 2020 is really showing us what's what, really. Because now we at the point of the year where we have to start considering our president, electing a new president, who's going to benefit us, who's going to benefit our community, and what's really the right choice.
You're right. You're right about that. So with your 2020, what is one of the plans that you had that you didn't get to execute?
Well, I was supposed to be gone, really. I got a job in Atlanta. That was an event planning job. I thought it was going to be very life-changing, to be honest, because it was with a black company in Atlanta. It was outside of my experience of corporate America.
Okay.
All of my experiences with corporate America up until now have been just a little bit, I would say, kind of off-putting.
Okay.
But this was going to be my change. Then the week after I got the job, Atlanta shut down.
That's crazy. Wow.
It shut down. The whole city shut down.
Yeah.
So everything was on hold. They're still not really up and moving with the company that I was going to go work for because it was an event planning job, and it's not really safe out here to be having events. So.
But they having events.
They are.
Okay.
They wilding in Atlanta, really.
Everywhere.
They're really out there. But I just kind of had to refocus and think of other things that I could do, and that's why we are here. So it's kind of like a blessing in disguise because it gave me the opportunity to do something else that I really wanted to do, and gave me the time to plan something that I really wanted to do for a long time.
That's good. See?
Yeah.
A lot of focus. So, it's kind of funny you say that because, like I said, I feel like 2020 was the year of vision, and you really had to get focused.
Had to.
Like, ASAP.
Yeah.
And if you're not focused yet, I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, it looks like we're going to have a few more months where you get the chance to focus, so you might want to just wrap it up real good. You might want to wrap up 2020 stronger than you started.
So what would you tell somebody to wrap up? How would you tell them to wrap up their 2020?
Never think that you have to start a vision board in the beginning of the year. If you want to have a better 2020, take the time to take out your notebook, take out your phone, actually do a physical vision board, and write out the things that you want. I mean, you know, a big word this year was manifestation. Everybody trying to manifest. But you have to write it down. You have to actually put a plan together to manifest whatever it is that you want to go after. So I would suggest with just writing it down. Write down whatever it is that you want.
And execute.
You
can't write it down and don't without action.
Don't write it in the book, then close the book. You have to write it in the book, look at it, review it, write down all the necessary steps that it's going to take you to get there. Because ultimately, a lot of the things that we want, we already have available to us to get it going.
You're right.
Like you have the mental ability, you have the resources. We got Google. We have books. We have all the resources we could possibly need to start anything. If you want to start a business, everything is free.
Everything is free. I couldn't imagine having YouTube at a young age like this. This is.
What would you be if you had YouTube, right? Like when you were 10?
What would I be? I might have been an actor.
You can still do that.
I still could, but I probably would have. I think I would have definitely been probably a YouTuber. I know I would have been recording all the time. Don't know what the topics would have been at the time, but just having the phone at a younger age. My daughter is 10. She got a phone.
Yeah.
Having the phone, just being able to record at will. Right. And talk about what I want to talk about. Mm-hmm. So I think I probably would have been I would have been a YouTuber, a young influencer.
That would have been crazy. I can only imagine.
Yeah.
What you would have been talking about at 10.
Hey Arnold.
Listen, Hey Arnold was everything.
Everything. Doug.
Everything.
Okay. So I would have had some subscribers.
You would have had some. Now you would have had to look back 10 years, 20 years later to see what you was talking about.
It still would have had relevance though.
You think?
Yes.
Oh, you timeless like that.
Definitely.
I'm not that. I'm not that talented. Who knows what I would have been talking about? I probably would have been embarrassed to go look back at it, to be honest. Yeah. But what would you suggest somebody do to end their 2020 on a good note?
I agree with what you said. Start where you are. Don't waste time. I know we spoke about Kobe, my favorite basketball player. So the number 24 that he has is a reminder of 24 hours in a day. Don't waste a day. So no matter what, you can't waste this day. So I would use what you said and kind of tie that in together. Like, let's just keep wherever we starting right here, and let's stick to that and keep going forward.
Right.
I think the biggest thing with us is procrastination. And
that hurt. Why are you in my business though? Why are you in my business? Talking about.
I said us, so I mean not us.
Procrastination.
But, us.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible, but that's what we do.
Yeah.
So when they write that book, right, their goal in that book, and they close it, that is the start of procrastination.
Right.
Keep that book open on that page. Look at it every day. Hang it on your mirror. Write that goal all over your house. Mm-hmm. Several times. I know my mom did that with Bible verses. I'd be going to get orange juice as a whole. Luke 4:17 on the I don't know exactly what verse that is, but example. But yeah. It can be on the refrigerator all over the house, but you know, that's part of manifestation and just seeing that and putting it inside you to go ahead and do those things and live a better life. So yeah, just start where you are, man, and just keep going. Because it's not too late.
It's definitely not. Well, I think with every episode, we want to leave you all with something positive. In addition to the topics that we touch on, we want to leave you with something positive. And in the vein of talking about 2020, what has been keeping you inspired? Like, what are some things that you've been doing, what you've been listening to, that's been keeping you inspired?
I've been listening to a lot of old music.
How old?
I'm real old.
You talking about vinyl records old, 8-track old, cassette old?
I'm a basketball coach, and my go-to track before a game is The Big Payback, James Brown. So is that vinyl old? Is that?
That's vinyl old.
And I play that, and my player's like, Coach, what is that? Like, do you hear what this man saying right now? Like he touching me, cause I know what I feel that. Like I feel like.
What part of that song touched you?
Oh man, just the whole verse. Like what he be talking about? He really talking about. If you don't know Big Payback, James Brown, you should. Yeah. So he talking about just being slept on, overlooked. Like they weren't paying you no attention, and I can't wait to see y'all, cause y'all was not thinking about me. Yes.
Oh,
yes,
you talking
yes.
to somebody personal?
Nah, I'm talking to the world.
To the world.
All y'all.
Not one individual.
No, sir. No,
the whole
ma'am.
world.
No, Miss Cashlyn.
Stop. He said, "Don't sleep on Coach Jay." That's what he said.
Don't sleep on it. And then after a while, if you do it the right way and you take your steps the right way, they won't be able to overlook you.
True.
Like they can minimize everything you're doing. Oh, that's just because of that. Oh, he just did it because of that. But after a while, you got to sit down and like, yeah, he did do that. He did. All because James did it. James did that for me. I heard that song and it like touched my soul, like for real.
I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel it.
So what you been on?
To be honest, I've been
City Girls.
Not the City Girls.
Okay,
don't do that.
All right, go ahead.
Don't do that. It's a time and place for the City Girls. Don't get me wrong. Time and a place.
All right. Go ahead.
Shade?
All right, no shade.
Okay. But I really get into some Beyonce. To be honest, don't look at me like that. Beyonce will do it for you. It's motivation.
Okay. Why Beyonce?
Revolutionary.
Huh?
She's a revolutionary artist.
Okay. But what does she do for you? Like, how does she motivate you? What's your go-to Beyonce
The
track?
whole Lemonade album was life-changing.
Okay.
The album that she just did for the Lion King soundtrack, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Took you back to your roots. Reminded you of like where we came from, where we're going, what we're rooted in. That was everything.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna be honest, I didn't hear the Lemonade album.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even recall the last Beyonce album that I listened to.
I'm offended.
I mean, I'm just being honest though. Never stale, always fresh.
Always.
Yeah.
But she is always fresh. Always.
She okay. She's not Michelle Obama fresh.
But unfortunately, Michelle Obama don't make music. Unfortunately.
Okay, you got that. So the whole Lemonade album, life changing.
Life changing. And the album that went with Lion King.
Yeah, I didn't hear that either.
She made a whole album. The whole soundtrack to the new Lion King movie, she created. And she made her own visuals to it. So imagine, you took Disney, made it your own, put it on Netflix for all of us to enjoy. That's crazy.
It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
I'm going to go check that out today.
Oh, no. Not Netflix. Disney Plus.
Oh, see? Mm-hmm.
It's Disney Plus.
All right.
You can check it out on Disney Plus, though.
All right. I'm going to do that.
It's everything. And I downloaded this app called I Am.
Okay.
And it's pretty much a reminder app. So you can set how many times you want to see a message from the app. And it gives you reminders like, I am strong. I am stronger than the circumstances. So it pretty much gives me 3 reminders throughout the day randomly. And when I go to my phone, I can see these positive things so I can remind myself that I am these things. So just affirmations. So that's what's been really keeping me going throughout this pandemic, trying to refocus and replan. And I think it's working. We're here.
Right, we're here.
We're here.
Start where you are.
Yep.
Definitely.
That's what we're doing with Coach Jay, who's been known for a long time. We can't even really put a number on it. We're just gonna say a long time. The same person kept us.
Same person.
Same person.
Yes.
Grandma. Shout out to Grandma.
Shout out to Grandma.
Period.
Yes.
So we just want to give you all a sample of how our show is gonna go, how it's gonna flow. Everything is gonna be very conversational, very open, and feel free to write in the comments anything that you want to share with us, topics that we should discuss, and we'll be sure to incorporate your suggestions into our show.
Yes.
I think we're gonna wrap up our first show. How you feel?
You wrapping up already?
Already? You got something else you want to talk about?
Already?
You want to talk about something else?
No, I'm just, I kind of got in the flow now. I want to,
All right, keep it going then.
Okay. Let's get back to 2020.
Oh boy.
Because it's important. It's very important.
Mm-hmm.
So, with the voting, how have you told people to vote?
I mean, I've posted about it on my social media. I haven't really told anyone personally to vote.
Okay.
Because most of the people I interact with, they vote.
Okay.
Even though they consider not voting this year.
Why would people not vote this year, from what you heard?
I think they don't see the benefit in voting for either candidate.
Okay.
To be honest.
Gotcha. So they don't feel like it's going to make a difference regardless.
No. They don't think that anything positive is going to come from voting for Trump or voting for Biden. I would say, honestly, with the group of people that I interact with, I would say they don't see the benefit in voting against Trump to get Biden in.
Makes sense. Yeah.
And they feel that Biden does a lot of pandering to like black people, but they don't know if he's really going to make positive change for black people. So that's their opinion, but I guess it comes to voting for what you believe in at this point.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you? Who have you told? How did they respond?
I get the same thing. Like, I'm not finna vote, and I think after the debate, it kind of like made people feel like, what are we doing here?
That debate was ridiculous.
Did the debate make you want Kanye?
Yeah, kind of. To be honest, because you know what you get with Kanye.
You do know what you're getting with Kanye.
Like
he might throw a curveball. We don't
give too many curveballs with Kanye. You know what you're gonna get.
He might throw a major curveball.
So we're gonna write him in the ballot for 2020, Kanye, 2020.
I'm not saying that, but
dang, almost got excited.
No, he's throw a curveball. I don't know. But I mean, I've been receiving the same thing. They just don't feel like it's a point in voting, and we do need to vote. That's why we started off with what's good. Those amendments. So even if y'all feel this way or that way about the presidential candidate, vote on those amendments. Take that part serious, because that can help out a lot of stuff as well. Because we need to know what we're voting for and what's going to happen, what effect it's going to take place with.
That's true. I just feel like it's just a lot of, I guess the word is distrust in the government. Even if you're voting for things that you believe in, like you never know what the alternate effect is going to be.
Yeah.
Like if you vote in favor of a certain thing, what they going to take now?
Yeah. Go ahead.
And especially in terms of like our community, because we don't see a lot of things happening in our community. Despite how we vote or how we don't vote, you just don't see a lot of change in the circumstances.
And if it is changed, it take a long time and it's dragged out, and then it may have said it's gonna look like this, but you only get a piece of it. Yeah.
Or some other people figure out how to work the system where it's in favor of them and not for us.
That's exactly what happens most of the time.
So, yeah, I just think we just have to. It's honestly like a faith move that at this point, whatever you feel like is going to be best is what you should vote on.
Yeah.
And then we'll see where the cards fall. Unfortunately.
Yes.
But you know Kanye 2020?
No.
I'm just playing. No. I'm joking, guys. I'm really joking. But, hey.
Well, this has been a great show. Great first show.
I think so.
I can't wait to see how it blows up, because it's finna blow up. It's gonna blow up. Yeah. That's why you're gonna have that effect like right there.
It's gonna blow up. And I hope that we can build a community of people that will interact with us.
Yes.
On a weekly basis, interact with us on our social medias. You can follow me at Cashlyn_official on Instagram. You can follow him.
I am the creator of the best names on our social media, so Brigmon Televales.
Oh boy, you're gonna have to spell it for that one. You're gonna have to spell that one.
You just gotta look. Just keep looking until you find me. And IG for
Hold on.
Guaranteed.
Brick Montelavales?
Yeah. So what I do is I'm Coach Jay,
Right.
and I try to hide a lot of times because when I go places with my daughters, anywhere I go, especially Southside St. Pete, I get Coach Jay, Coach Jay, Coach Jay, and like one day my daughter asked me, she's like, "Daddy, are you famous?" I'm like, "I don't know," but
You can say yeah.
I'm not. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe.
So I try to just be a little discreet on there. So what I did was I just typed I pick a letter, a random letter. So that letter was B, and I just let it. Whatever letter came after that, I turn it into some kind of name, and always pick a Spanish last name. Telavales. That's power.
That's very Florida of you.
I ain't from Florida. Florida guy.
Very Florida.
Hey.
Brick Montelavales. So you can follow the show.
Definitely.
You can follow the show at Guarantee X Fresh
Yes.
on Instagram. We'll be uploading there. We'll be showing clips of our show, other content that you all can interact with. So we'll catch you all next week.
All right.
Bye.